Good evening. Welcome to day 5 of action here. It is match day 7 for the RSEQ season as we are winding down the month of September and turn towards October, and that means playoffs are not far away. Good evening. Welcome to Seaway 3. It is going to be the women's soccer game of the Dawson College Blues against the Champlain St-Lambert Cavaliers here on the banks of the South Shore of the St. Lawrence River on a lovely sunset evening here in South Shore, Quebec. And we get ready for this game between St-Lambert and Dawson. For Champlain, a massive 3-0 win over Huntsic on Tuesday night. Meanwhile, for Dawson, 0-5-1 in dire straits right now, trying to keep themselves relevant in the race for the playoff spots to be had in the final 4 weeks of the regular season. And for Dawson, if they're going to do it, they're going to have to do it now and make a run for a spot and perhaps pull off the ultimate smash and grab over Champlain in this game on Friday night. And right now we do have the lineups being introduced between Champlain and Dawson. Of course, it is reconciliation weekend here, and of course a massive opportunity to recognize those from the past, and we will do so here at Champlain on this Friday evening. As you can see, the Champlain women's team wearing the orange armbands on this Friday night here and bringing more awareness to all of Canada that we have up here. So before us now, we will have the introductions of the players onto the pitch, and then from there it is 90 minutes of compelling football between Dawson and Champlain on this Friday night. And no question, every child matters in this world. As you can see, the Champlain women's team carrying the flag and the orange colors that will be used to recognize this moment here. And now things are sorted out here for the walkout towards center field. Dawson and Champlain. A history with these two schools in terms of superiority in the Montreal area. And now another chapter to be added to this game on this Friday night as Champlain looking to further strengthen their number 2 spot in the Quebec Conference and hoping to target number 1, which is being occupied by Garneau. And meanwhile, for the Dawson Blues, as we said before, it is win or go home. They need to win out, accumulate a boatload of points going towards the final month of games here. They're 0-5-1, and there's not much room for error now for them to get back into the race as they're chasing points and chasing a chance to get themselves in that playoff conversation going towards October. And it would be a great building block if they're able to pull off that win today against Champlain. And for the Cavaliers, the foundation's been laid, and now it's a question of them whether or not they will be a 1 or 2 seed if they can hold on, and furthermore, be here in a month's time for the provincials, playing on the surface against one of these teams in the semifinal and maybe the final on Sunday afternoon on October 29th. So now we get ready for kickoff here. Dawson in their blacks with the white and blue numeral trim. Champlain in their home whites with blue numeral trim and shorts as well. And we get ready for kickoff between Champlain and Dawson here. We have a final coin toss and the final layup of things to go through. And now the captains conversing here. Kiana Scarfo for Dawson. And for the Cavaliers, their last thoughts, their last words from the staff members here going towards what is a massive game. Could there be an ultimate letdown for them knowing that they just played on Tuesday and were convincing in their dominance over the defending national champions, the Huntsic Eagles, as they exacted revenge from nearly 11 months ago when they lost to Huntsic on this field in the gold medal game of the Nationals, and perhaps sending a warning shot to the entire landscape of Quebec that they are back in the conversation of going towards the Nationals that will be at Holland College and PEI in mid-November. And that is where they want to book their ticket. There are 2 spots to be had, and all Champlain needs to do is get themselves into a top 2 spot to avoid the playing game, and then win 1 more game to get themselves in the Quebec final and an automatic berth to the Nationals at Holland College. So Dawson will be going right to left. Champlain will be going left to right. It will be Champlain kicking off things here on this Friday evening. And now it begins for these teams. A sumptuous game, perhaps. Meanwhile, for Dawson, they hope to keep this game within range and hopefully capitalize on any errors that will come from Champlain's way on this Friday night. 90 minutes to solve this question mark. And we're underway here from Seaway. It is Dawson, it is Champlain, it is Dawson defending, and you have to wonder have to be patient here, the Blues, and trying to absorb the pressure that will come from the Cavaliers in the early going in this first half. And right there to go off the ricochet, Grandin will get it back on the right side. She's now closed down by the Dawson defender in Francois. Into the box, the first shot, and that was a glitch of a shot coming through from Victoria Dupont, who had a marvelous season last year, and already this season for what she's done, 1 goal and 1 yellow card for the Cavaliers. And already trying to see the Cavaliers ask questions of the Dawson Blues in the first minute of play. And the clock is unfortunately not working. We'll get that corrected for those who are watching on the screen. We're in the opening minute of play here from Seaway 3. Sun is setting towards the background of the downtown Montreal area, and the lights will come on at some point. It is a throw in here for the Blues on the far side. Into the box it goes. That's pushed away. Back over it comes. Here is Sasnak. Down to Grandin as she's closed down by Francois. Long ball through on the race now. On her bike is Perron. 1 player to beat down the right side. 2 options in the box. Perron looks, delivering a pass. Open shot off the chest. Going for the goal. Defended away. Repelled away by the Blues as they have to defend with great vigor in this first half. And back over comes Durwich. And that's given away by the Blues rather cheaply. And the Cavaliers back on the front foot. Francois played back out. And the Cavaliers on the possession once more. And Grandin going down the flank. And on the race is Perron. And she's trying to push Francois down the end line. This goes out of play for what will be a goal kick coming up here for the Dawson Blues. So already we're seeing the white arrows flying down the streams, attacking the Dawson Blues. And the Blues are praying right now that they can hold on and keep this at 0-0 and hopefully get a chance on the counter to exploit the Champlain Cavaliers. Over the head, and here is Roy. To the corridor it goes, and back to the keeper it comes. Rosalie Stabil, the number 1 shirt, punting one up to Grandin. Heavy touch by Grandin, that's recovered by Fidihi, and now here she is over to Bourgeois. Grandin now over to the flank, it comes down to the near side. A lot of play on the right channel of the Champlain formation. That's deflected away. Played off Pinaza, who this year for the Dawson Blues and a throw coming up for the Cavaliers. Around Francois it goes. On the byline it comes. This goes out of play. This will be a corner kick for the Cavaliers. Their first of the evening. 4 minutes in. And this will come off the foot of Sanasak, who will have a chance here. The Cavaliers have 3 outside the 6. There is lording number of players for Dawson, protecting the 6-yard box. Play on the short route. And Grandin couldn't get that. Sasnak, once again, turning to the right side. Closed down by 2. Into the box, goes into 6, and well repelled by the keeper for Dawson. And this will go back out as, again, Champlain starting to turn a screw in this game. And back over it comes to Felicia Roy, being pushed along. And a whistle, Derwich will be called for the foul, as she might have had a little steam, but unfortunately was called for the infraction. Roy will concede it over, and they'll move it up by a couple more yards for the free kick on the Champlain side of the pitch. Champlain trying to negotiate some points here. Looking for their second clean sheet of the season. They got it on Tuesday against the Huntsic, which was rescheduled from last Sunday to Tuesday. And Grandin will now allow Alexia Pascal to take this throw on the near side in front of the Dawson bench. Played back out. Dorich couldn't get that for the Blues. And on the hop is Gagnon chasing the play. Grandin delivering the ball through, repelled away, back out of the 18 it comes, and over to Savaria for Fidihi, I beg your pardon, and given away. Sobzak. Pascal. And Grandin. Working the triangle formation here with Sobzak down on the last third. Back to Grandin once more. That's poked away and had a play by Francois using her Inspector Gadget legs on that play to give them a throw in here for the Cavaliers from Pascal coming up. Alexia Pascal. Trying to find a open target. She finds it in the box, popped up in the air. Francois on the one hop. Grandin using the angle to her benefit. Pascal let that go through for another throw in again. That's pushed forward, and now that ball into the open space. And again, everyone behind the ball for the Dawson Blues, as it appears they're going to have to chase this game and hopefully keep their injury reserves not too exerted. Now here they come on the run. They captain the team in Scarfo. And recovered again by the Cavaliers. The Blues chasing this once more on the front foot. Delivery pass through Grandin through the channel. On the run she is onside. She's got one in the box. Grandin on the end line. Delivering a pass through. Trailing. Loose ball. And a two-hopper. And couldn't get the right toenail. For the Cavaliers was Dupont. And this will be an easy situation for the Blues to get this back out of play. But again, all of the traffic flow has been one way, and that's going towards the Dawson direction. On the run is Merlin. Here's Roy. Merlin to her left. Roy now dancing her way through. Sobzak. Dupont. Turning. Sanizak, the holding 6. Wearing the number 6. Back with it again. Going to the width on the left. Dawson trying to take on the pressure here and park the bus in the early going as we're 8 minutes in. Back out it comes. Here's Sobzak. Going to the corridor. Delivering a diagonal. The one touch back out to Grandin. Lovely opening for the Cavaliers. And now looped over, and that is too much depth intended for Alexia Pascal. And she ran out of racetrack, and this will go back over to the Dawson Blues. Another launch forward by the Blues, and this will go out of play. And we're kept in play by the Cavaliers, and now they open it up to Sobzak. Sobzak finding some open space. Champlain has controlled the midfield, almost closed down rather quickly by Chloe Murphy. And now Murphy's on her high gear on her car, and now long ball through. They're trying to use Grandin. That's pushed out once more. This time off the foot of Elizabeth Di Pierantonio, and this will be a throw coming up for the Cavaliers. Already starting to see the Blues losing a bit of control of this ball as we're nearing 10 minutes into this first half. Gardin quickly up ahead. Here's Perron. Elise Perron pushed off again by Di Pierantonio. Gardin. Far post header. That's over everyone. Intended for Dupont, and this will be played out to the width. Over to Sanzak. Negotiating their way through is Merlin. Into the box it comes. Gardin cannot keep it in. And another goal kick coming up here for the Blues, and it appears that the stadium lights, which have not been turned on yet, might delay this game the further we go without the lights on, as the sun has descended to the west or to the northwest of where we're positioned. And it's going to get darker sooner than later, and the lights will have to come on at some point. Roy. Champlain working their way through. Here's Grandin. She's had the monopoly touches for the Cavaliers. Open space down to Pascal. As is a through ball coming in. That's too much meat on that. That went by Grandin and by Francois. And this will be right into the hands of the keeper. 10 minutes in, 0-0. Dawson Champlain from CUA 3. And given away back over to the Cavaliers. Felicia Roy within the left side. And that's pushed forward, and out of play it goes. And this will be a throw-in again for the Blues, that is, I beg your pardon, on the far side. And another giveaway. And the Cavaliers back on the bike, and that was too much on that, as you're trying to use the long ball through. Dupont was open, but nonetheless, though, they come up empty in that play. Another long ball up ahead. Played through, poked up ahead. Could this be the first stitching of passes by the Blues? And that will not be the case, as that was unhinged by the Cavaliers. And back over it comes to the home side. To the near side it comes. To the width it goes. Back into the central part of the park. Blues trying to work the width of the pitch, and they have a lovely pass through that goes right by Scarfo. And now she's chasing it back, losing possession, back over to Sabzak. This goes over Roy's head. An open space here for the Blues. Could this be the chance of glory? And this will be pushed forward, and right into the keeper's hands it comes. And this will be to the width it goes. Grandin losing the trajectory of the ball. Well read this time by Francois. Closing it down is Fidi, and giving away back out to Francois. She uses the width of her legs to get that ball back momentarily, and the Cavaliers back on possession. Sabzak. Pushed off the ball momentarily by Di Pierantonio, and now racing down the far side into the near end. It comes as Pascal, being closed down by two Blues shirt. Into the six it goes. Could it be 1-0? And it is. Champlain open them up, and they get the first goal of the game, the 13th minute of this first half. And they're off and running. They have liftoff, and their campaign is off to a flyer in this game. It's a question of not if, but when, and they get it. And now the Blues have this game to chase. And now the referee might hold play momentarily to wait to see if the lights will come on now, and they are on their way, which is good news for those who are watching it, because the darker it gets, tougher it is for those who are watching. 1-0 lead for the Blues. And the Cavaliers back on possession once more. Pascal was the one that created that pass into the box, and it was a lovely, ruthless, clinical finish by Elise Perron. And now the Cavaliers are hunting for more. Tails are up. They're coming in for number 2. And this goes by Grandin. And now they're closing down the gap once more. It is Sanzak. And this will go out of play for another throw-in coming up for the Dawson Blues. Dawson hoping to keep the damage at 1. They've had a few fruitless trips down the pitch, unable to put together any sort of threat towards the Cavaliers' territory. And this will be another throw-in coming up for the Champlain Cavaliers. And it will be Pascal once more. Popped up ahead. Still up in the air. Now with it. Pushed forward and played up by Fidi. Given away back over here. Savaria, her first touch, and comes back to Pascal. Pascal and Grandin have been absolutely the facilitators on that right channel for the Cavaliers in this first half, really negotiating the art of the pass and creation that they've done so far. Off the side heel, the goal scorer is Perron. Open space, Fidi. That goes over the head of Derwich. And now, here comes the captain. Scarfo. Derwich. Dawson now working the way down the right side, and that was last touch by Scarfo as Merlin was able to angle that ball off the heel of Scarfo. And this will be a throw-in coming up here for the Cavaliers. Back out to the width it comes. Played over, and this could be a chance here for the Blues. Here they come. Going out to the right side. Could this be goal number 1? And off the side of the net. And the Cavaliers giving a warning shot from the Blues as the early clue coming in on that, as that was a fizzer coming off of the foot of Derwich. Unfortunately, got the side netting instead. And this fortress that has been there for the Cavaliers was almost breached by the Dawson Blues on a mistake by the midfield. And that's where the Blues really want to have a chance in this game. Could they find themselves in that position where they can exploit the mistakes done by the Cavaliers in this game? This goes right by Jana Ahmed. Ahmed trying to chase that game back once more. And it goes off her left foot, and back out it comes to Francois. Dawson really being suffocated by the Cavaliers' closing of angles with the number of white shirts moving forward. Savaria. Back over to Rainville. Champlain having their luxury of going at their pace. And the neck of the woods has been in the action of the Dawson end in this first half. As we're 17 minutes in. Grandin now on her afterburners, and that's pushed out by Di Pierantonio, and this will be another throw in here for the Cavaliers. And within is going to be Pascal on the final third. Headed forward. Back, brought down, and back over to Sobzak. To the width she comes, and with it is Merlin. Merlin being pushed forward, turning now to the left, to the right. Back with it, and she's now stripped of the ball and recovered by Roy in protection of Merlin, and this will be a throw-in for the Dawson Blues. Played quickly forward, and this will be another throw-in coming up for the Blues once again. Or I beg your pardon, now to the Cavaliers. Last touch by Dawson. Sanzak. Off a black wall of uniforms, and now the ricochet comes in favor of Dawson as they now look to hunt this ball back down to possession. Sobzak's through well. And it finds nothing but Dawson. It is Scarfo once more. Scarfo trying to attack the outside shoulders of the Champlain formation. That goes off the back and takes a Champlain bounce, and here they come. It's a 2 versus 3 for the Blues, and now racing down the left side, coming in. It's across the face of goal was the pass from Dupont, and couldn't find the intended target in Perron, stolen by Grandin. Sobzak. And that's pinched forward. Derwich. Ahmed. Ahmed now looking for a chance to work with. Back out it comes to the center of the park. Guimont. And that pass from Scarfo lacked the fizz required. And the Daisy Cutter now is pushed back forward into the Dawson end. And it is Perron on the run, trying to force a mistake from the corridor of the Blues. This will be a throw-in for the Cavaliers. As we're in the 20th minute of play in this first half. All Champlain. Dawson did have a chance a few minutes ago, but that has been it for them. And the Cavaliers have control, and they've authored the play, the monopoly of play. Offside on the Cavaliers. As the high line worked well for the Blues, and this will be a free kick for the Dawson Blues. So the sun has sunk, the lights are sharp, and the Cavaliers look sharper today as they look to continue their agenda of winning games. If they win the lot that's left over for them, they will hold on to number 2, even get up maybe to number 1, as the provincials will be here at the end of October. Grandin racing down the right side. And that's given away by the Blues. Sobzak was on the right angle. Back over it comes to Bourgeois, and this will be played back to the corridor of the Blues. Francois. Di Piertonio. Diagonal pass through. Headed away by Savaria. One back by Roy. Champlain really taking away any passing avenues from the Blues in this first half. Dawson might get 1 or 2 in a row, but that's about it. Here's Roy once more. It's been a cracking campaign so far for the Cavaliers in this first half. And this is going to go to play for a throw-in for the visitors from Westmount. Dawson hoping to use their get-out-of-jail card to get that priceless equalizer to create some doubt for the home side in the Cavaliers. One back by the Cavaliers. Here they come. Working out to the width and galloping up ahead is Alexia Pascal. A good-looking player on the pitch with her vision and footwork so far. Pascal, and that ball was zigging, and unfortunately did not have the telepathy, the interplay working in play with Perron, the goal scorer, on that sequence. And this will go back over to the Blues, who are trying to work it rather quickly. Scarfo. Open space and finds nothing but white uniforms. It's Sobzak. Lovely touch pass. Here come the Blues, and here come the Cavaliers. Sanizak into the left swing. Left shot, and that is a one-hopper right into the keeper's palms, coming off the foot of Victor Dupont. A rather easy save for the Dawson keeper. Dupont. Sobzak. Pascal launching one forward. One by the Blues, and back over it comes Fidi, and given away by the Blues. Grandin. Pascal. Now the Cavaliers taking their time with the passing intricacies. Sanizak. Sobzak. And the Blues are just chasing the ball and nothing more going for them. And that takes a miss hit and a whistle off the hand of Perron. And this will be a free kick for the Blues, that is. And that's given away by the free kick. And now is Grandin working up here. Perron's up behind the line. Grandin using the lovely footwork, trying to find an outlet. She does finally to Pascal. As the Blues really trying to cut off the stem of the resource of passing in the midfield. And now open space, and here comes a one-hopper down the left side it goes. And this is now into the feet of Dupont. Dupont on her right. Plays it through. Drop pass. Merlin. Raw with it. delivering a pass inside the traffic. Try to find Grandin. Couldn't get that cleanly. And now punch forward once more. Into the box comes Dupont. Tried to nutmeg the Dawson defender. On the end line, she comes through the face of goal. And that is over the crossbar. Grandin was the intended recipient. And she's looking for her first goal. Has 1 yellow card this year in the 25th minute of play. And this will be a goal kick for the Dawson Blues. Right now, the Cavaliers have been fresh and frisky and have diluted the hopes of the Blues in this first half. Bourgeois. And now, here come the Blues racing down the right side. Scarfo. And she's pushed back into the midfield territory once again. And given away into the open space it goes. The pocketed spaces have been very limited. And in fact, Dawson just deferred and put that ball out of play for a throw-in coming up for Dupont. Saint-Lambert. Back over to Roy. That first touch for Saint-Lambert almost failed her, but got it back to Sobzak. And now it is Pascal, who has been very marauding down the right side. She's been a buccaneer at sorts with her ability to really use the panache of her style of play. Daniel pass through, and this will go into the hands of the keeper. And Dawson just hoping to see if there could be a prayer answered in terms of them getting a chance to get a goal. And so far this year, they scored only 3. And could goal number 4 come now in this situation? Derwich with it. Down the left side, she's one of the goal scorers in a 1v1, and that's taken away by Pascal. Knocked over, free kick coming up for the Blues. And this is from a sumptuous position inside the 17-yard line from a very sharp angle at around 40 degrees or so. And for the Dawson Blues, this could be their first real threat since the chance about 10 minutes ago. And an opportunity here for Di Pierantonio. Opportunity here for Di Pierantonio on her right. 3-person wall coming up for the Cavaliers against the Blues. Free kick. There's about 5 now, make it 6 black shirts lurking around the 7-yard, 8-yard line of the 18-yard box. And a chance here for Di Pierantonio to put this ball and create a bit of twitch. Far post. Traffic, crash of bodies, play on, referee says. Grandin's knocked over. And they'll call that on Ahmed. As Jana Ahmed was called for that. The South Shore native by way of Brossard. Plain, not too far. And Longueuil, St-Lambert. So with that, free kick for the Cavaliers as we're in the 28th minute of play in this first half. 1-0 lead courtesy of Elise Baron, who scored on a lovely transition attack by the Cavaliers. They were clinical and ruthless on that opening goal. And now they are hunting for more goals in this first half. The pace and ability of the Cavaliers has been simply Rolls-Royce. Meanwhile, for the Dawson Blues, just trying to keep this game within range. Derwich. Scarfo with it. Another long ball up ahead, headed back down, this time by Rainville. And the Blues are back on the front foot of defending this play from the Cavaliers. Francois. Pushed that in the open space, and that is given away. Derwich lost that, and now the Cavaliers are back on with the possession. Open space for Sobzak. Coming through, chip ball, did not get the last required touch. That would have opened it up. Dupont now on the left side. Dupont working her way through. Delivery header, and right into the palms of the keeper off of the forehead of Perron. And the Cavaliers back on defense. And that pass goes right through. Alexei Pascal, that is, being closed down by Fidi, and now with it are the Cavaliers. As again, when the Blues get possession, they don't hold on to it for very long. Scarfo wins that ball back for the Blues, and back over it comes to the team in black. Going for an ambitious shot, and that is wide to the left. Derwich. And that came from about 35 yards out. And try to catch the keeper sleeping, but that was wide left off the target, and this will be it appears there is blood coming through off the knee of Derwich as she has to come off and get a bit of repairing done with the bleeding kneecap. This shouldn't take too long for her to get back on the pitch. And they're playing a player down, the Blues. So could the Cavaliers cash in with only 10 on the pitch for the Dawson Blues? And the drop pass by Fidi did not work. Francois with it. And taken away by Perron. Here she comes. Into the box she goes. Racing in is Dupont. Across the face and off the edge of the post. This will be a goal kick instead. Quarter of an hour left in this first half. And the Blues still searching for the focus required to get that potential tying goal. If it remains 1-0 up until this point, it has. Champlain back on the front foot. Trying to quarterback this. Again, Dawson's down a player for the moment as Derwich is getting some medical attention with a little cut on her knee that needs to be cleaned up. And this will go off the Dawson player. Dupont tried to deliver something through. And a throw coming up for the Cavaliers. It is Pascal with it. That takes a ricochet. Delivered in. And almost a little confusion right there with Bourgeois and her keeper. As the keeper had to come off the line. And this goes back over to the Dawson Blues. Here's Francois. Pascal. Whipped around by Savaria. Going out to the switch of play. And that's what the Cavs have done a lot today. Switch of play, going from the left to the right and right to the left. Another long delivery. Back over comes to Pascal. Sobzak. And back on the pitch is Derwich. As she's patched up, ready to roll, looking to be more influential in the remainder of this game if she can. Play back over, and now to the width to come. Scarfo tried to get around. She does neat and tidy around Merlin. Scarfo again, and Sobzak right there to take away that threat. Sobzak. Given away. Ahmed now with it. Jan Ahmed finds Derwish for goal in the one hopper. And that came from a real long distance of about 25 yards out. Derwish definitely has her shooting boots on, is not shy. Shoot on sight policy here for the Blues, trying to get something on net. And that might be their key to unlock this Champlain defending. Lovely night here on this Friday evening. As the sky is starting to turn from smoky red into the night of Montreal. Scarfo. Another low pass coming through for Derwich. She gets it back on the run. And that is blocked by Merlin. And back out it goes for a throw for the Cavaliers. Champlain back in the run. Here they come. And pushed away by Francois. That goes right to the feet of Champlain, and now they have it with it. Lovely no-look pass. Dummy play down to the left side. Grandin now working across the face of goal. Here's a chance, and miss by Dupont. And now the Blues are back with it, trying to open up the Cavaliers as they flooded forward. Ahmed. Ahmed again. The Brassard native. Back over it comes to Fidi. Fidi. Trying to warn that through against Perron, and Derwish has it back on the front foot. Looped forward, and right there, Safaria to head it back over to Roy. Roy around one. Roy around two. Lovely pass here. Could this be two for Grandin? And rather clinical, ruthless, and devastating. And Champlain is now up 2-0 in the 35th minute of play. And this might be damage limitations for the Dawson Blues on how it just turned on the blink of an eye. And the Cavaliers are smelling 3 points in the 35th minute of play. A 2-0 lead here for the Cavaliers over the Blues. Grandin getting her first of the season, a rather easy peach of a finish by her. And now the Blues really have this game to chase. It's no longer a hill, but a mountain to climb in their pursuit of the first win of the season. And by the looks of how this game is, this might be a game that could be out of reach. And we're not even at the half-point point of this matchup. And how will the focus be for the Blues in trying to recoup what could have been? Francois. Fidi. Giving away. Perron now zipping up ahead. Into the box, deflected away by Di Pierantonio and kept in play. Here is Perron. Far post. Header. Oh, and just needed a proper touch on the angle and went over. And Grandin, who flipped from the right to the left side, has found great success on the left channel. And this will be a whistle in play here. And we're seeing the first sub for the Dawson Blues, as it appears. Coming to the game will be Adama Okili for the Dawson Blues. And who's going to go off for the visitors? It appears it is Florence Guimont who will go off. Perhaps we will see her afterwards in the second half of this matchup. But for now, the St. Hubert native in front of her home shore of South Shore, given the early pull as her race is done for the moment, maybe coming back in at the second half. 2-0 lead for the Cavaliers. Grandin and Perron, the goal scorers. Could they find a third? They're in the ascendancy as we speak. Dupont ascending forward. And this will go out of play, and this will be a corner kick coming up for the Champlain Cavaliers. And this will come from the far side. It will be Saint-Isaac who will have the chance in the 30th minute of play. 2-0 lead for the Cavaliers. Grandin in the 6. About 5 lurking at the penalty spot. Grandin racing forward on the short pass, and that had a little too much on that on the interplay with Saint-Isaac, and this will go out to play for a throw-in for the Dawson Blues. Up ahead. And casually going out of play for a throw-in for the home side. As Champlain in complete control on cruise control, it appears, with the way that they've been going forward. The intervention has been sublime, and the Cavaliers looking for a little bit more daylight between them and Dawson. A third goal would pretty much put this game out of contention for the Blues to think about scoring 4 unanswered if they could do so. The first touch for O'Keefe. Played back out, and now right into the Cavaliers' feet it comes. Perron. Sobzak. Roy. Again, a chain link with a passing by the Cavaliers, and Grandin is on her bike coming into the final third. Grandin looking, waiting, passing through, pushed away by the Blues, and back over to the central part of the park it comes. And back it goes to the Cavaliers. It is going to be Savaria. That takes a ricochet off. One back by the Cavs. Roy. Here's Sobzak. Pascal. Perron up ahead. Pascal moving forward. The push pass right to Pascal, and that is pushed back over into the open space once more. Roy. Merlin. Roy, and she slipped, got caught by the turf, and Dawson will get the possession back, but how long will this be for? Ahmed loses it. And that's over the head of a couple of players, and one back by Roy momentarily. And now she will go back into the Champlain end as we're in the final 5 of this first half. 2-0 lead for the Cavaliers. Sobzak. Another diagonal. Perron on the race with Francois, pushing and attacking her pressure points, and this goes out of play for a goal kick. And the mental focus for the Dawson Blues will have to be A1 moving forward here and try to keep this at a 2-0 gap. Francois. Ahmed. Fidi. And that goes off the back of Savaria, and this will be, or I beg your pardon, this will be a throw-in for the Cavaliers. And Dawson a little bit surprised by the call. They thought it was last touched by Champlain, and that is otherwise. Up in the air it comes. Back open space it goes. Okoli. Roy. Merlin. Roy again. She's been in control, being the maestro of the midfield territory for the Cavaliers as the holding player now moving forward. And the Cavaliers are moving forward. And another through ball down the right channel. And unfortunately for the San exact pass, did not really find the correct angle in trying to find Perron. And this will be another goal kick here for the Dawson Blues in the 43rd minute of play. Okoli. And this is again retrieved by the Cavaliers. It's almost become like a practice session for the Cavaliers and how it's been nearly them working on their passing technique and the Blues just chasing them, and unfortunately not finding the right angles or answers to get themselves a goal to get back in this game. Roy with it. Push off the ball. Roy with it again. And back over it comes to the Cavaliers. Down to the near side it goes. Gliding their way through. Could this be a showstopper goal? And missing it by a whisker with Champlain. Grandin was in the area. Dupont was the facilitator. And Pascal was just off by a yard or so. As Grandin, in particular, Dupont made a couple of Dawson players look like tourists on that moment. Played forward once more. And this is now given away by the Cavs, and this is going over to the Blues. Pierantonio's pass. Ahmed back out to the width. Headed forward. And this is now in the possession of Fidi, who loses it. And Baron is on a 50-50, and she gets it back, trying to turn around and put in a nutmeg on one of the Dawson players, but cannot find the conclusion of the pass of desire. And Fidi knock over, it'll be a foul and a respite for the Blues on a free kick coming up here in the final 30 seconds of play in this first half. And this will be launched forward by the Dawson Blues. Murphy tried to find Scarfo, and now Scarfo is chasing the play again. Grandin dropping a little bit back. Champlain toying with the ability to use the luxury of the depth that they have, and this goes out of play. And for Vincent Orsita, you have to wonder, going towards the second half, if he will exercise his bench options, knowing that they do have the grind of the schedule coming up as they travel to Vandy next Friday, home to Garneau and St. Foy to wrap up their schedule. And a frozen moment there from both teams. The ball just hung around, but no one was going after it. And trying to get that ball is Derwich. And this is played back out of play that is, for a throw-in again for the Blues. Again, we're in added time. You would imagine not much to be added, not many stoppages in play. And the throw-in coming up for Francois. Up forward it comes. And that is it. At the end of the first half, Champlain 2, Dawson 0. We're through 45 with 45 to go. And Champlain looking like they're on their way to win number 5 out of 7. Stay tuned here on Cavaliers TV. Welcome back here to Seaway 3. 2-0 lead for the Cavaliers over the Dawson Blues here on this Friday evening as we get ready for second half action in this final game of September as Champlain complete dominance by the home side on goals by Parent and Grandin. And for the Dawson Blues, just trying to create something and have some good luck going their way in this second half as we move towards the month of October and a chance here for the Cavaliers to reassert themselves in the top 2 seeds. And reassert themselves here in this game. Dawson going left to right, Champlain right to left for the second half, and we're underway here from Seaway. And for the Blues, at this point in the cards of trying to read how this game could unfold and the clues that was presented to them in the first half, it could be damage limitations in year 1 back in D1. And Champlain, again, using the width of the pitch, having the Dawson Blues chase them in this game. And now coming to Dupont, cutting against the grain. And back over comes to Scarfo on the near side. She goes. The captain of the Dawson Blues losing it over to Merlin. Sabzak once more. Back to the corridor. It is in the feet of Savaria. Rainville. And taken away by Okoli. As the Cavaliers have to reload and reset. And the Grandin chip over comes. And not having enough ingenuity on that pass intended for Pascal. And this goes out of play for another throw-in for the Champlain Cavaliers. And now a chance here in the final third. And that's going to go off the ricochet as Ofo could not get the ball cleanly towards Sabzak. And this will be a corner kick coming up for the Cavaliers in the early going of the second half. And with that, it'll be Sabzak who will be on that corner kick for the Cavaliers. Sabzak will have about 3 inside the 6. Out there also is Graciette, Melody Graciette in the game, along with Ofu. Outswinger. Finds the open play, and that was an absolute sitter for Savaria, but couldn't get the right angle on the foot-to-ball connection. And this goes out of play for another throw-in coming up for the Champlain Cavaliers. And with it now is going to be Merlin. Poked forward. And this will be back over to Merlin into the open space it comes. Playing out to the extra width it goes. Pascal. And Grandin. And into the corridor of the Blues. And the Blues will try to retrieve and now look to maintain some sort of longevity of possession. And a timely play by Savaria on the slide tackle. And a capturing of the possession by the Blues, losing that big part to the Cavaliers, and now the Cavs are back on the front foot. And another throw coming up here for the Champlain Cavaliers as we're a few minutes into this second half from Seaway 3 as nighttime has fallen on the city of Montreal to the north of where we're positioned. And the position of Roy could not get that ball through, and Uffo was knocked over, but no call, play on, referee says. As Dawson just trying to put together more than 3, if not 4 passes in a row. And they cannot even get 2 as Okoli loses that possession. Back over to Pascal it comes. Gliding forward. Alfu. Open space again for the Blues. And now here they come negotiating, coming through, sliding like a slalom skier is Roy. going out to the width. And now turning the corner is Dupont, and she cannot get the final conclusion of desire. And Roy chases that ball down with Dupont support along the way. Play back forward. Alpha almost got that. And stolen this time by Sobczak. And Dawson now on the forward front foot. And here's Scarfo with it. Scarfo on the cross. Scarfo crossing over, turning, and bringing it back over to her teammate in Okoli. Okoli again. Scarfo. This is the best looking chance. And that ball was shanked towards the far post and out of play for a goal kick. So Dawson showing a little bit more in the early voyage of the second half as we're 5 minutes in. Grandin on the left side of the formation as she will now nestle her way towards the width of the pitch. Here is Pascal. Regal class from Pascal, and Grandin was the intended receiver. She gets it off the ricochet, back out. It comes into the Champlain side. Rainville. Launching one forward. And Francois right there to intercept the pass. And the Blues back on possession, just trying to create something, and Francois loses her balance, and Sobczak with it. And now the Cavaliers back on the run. Dupont coming into the 10, now into the 18, to the 6, shot, save, clean hit, and Grandin could not get that, and Afu has it back over as Champlain throwing a missile launch once more. From distance it comes. Sobczak, and that would be better in football in the conversion through the uprights, but sumptuous play by the Cavaliers as he almost had a chance of glory to make it 3-0 in the 52nd minute of play. Play back up ahead. And now Dawson working up here. Here's Scarfo. She's now really lurking with intent. Scarfo, eyeball-to-eyeball scenario. Plays it over to the edge of the 18. Derwich blocked. Derwich, second bite of the cherry. Going to the left. Another through ball, and just cannot find the end product on that play. They have lacked the cutting edge when they've hit the final third, and showing some signs of life in the second half, but unfortunately cannot find the magic stuff required to get themselves a goal. Another sloppy giveaway by the Cavaliers. Here's a shot from distance. Stabil will let that go off of her chest and now will control it with her hands. Champlain bench trying to encourage the team to move forward here, be much more aggressive. Roy looking like the aggressor. And now that goes to Afu. Afu now coming in, gliding through. Afu, shot, Grandin, and 3-0, and that will not count as there was a collision of Grandin to the keeper. And the referee says foul on Champlain, so it remains 2-0. And the Cavaliers are now really smelling blood in the water, and this could be a warning towards Grandin on that situation, as from the referee was giving her an explanation to go easy on attacking that ball. That's played up ahead. And now another throw in for the Cavaliers on the near side. Hunting for a third. It's 2-0 here, and for Dawson trying to keep the damage at 2. Merlin. Afo. Graciette. Graciette again. And they open up the Blues once more, the Cavaliers. Sobczak. Switch of play. Back over it comes to the box. Oh, and that was a loose read by the keeper for Dawson, and that could have been problems here in the 55th minute of play. Sobzak. Taken away by Okoli. And now the Blues back forward. Scarfo. Durich all by herself. Durich looking for goal. She's hunting for one, and now Scarfo cannot get to it as she was a little bit further off from the angle. And this will be a corner kick for the Dawson Blues, their first of the evening. And they're finding a little bit more leverage to work on the right side of their formation. And maybe, just maybe, they can get a chance here on goal on the corner kick coming up here for the Dawson Blues. And this will be off the foot of DP Antonio, the Lachine native, looking to really deliver a corner kick that can give the Blues a chance at a goal number one in this game. A low pass. The one hits. Derwich, second bite of the cherry. Going for goal, and a great save by Stabil. That shot was fizzing, and that had a chance. And Dawson really showing signs of life in the second half here. More attack-minded. They were down at the interval, but they were definitely much more on the cutting edge on that situation. And now a second corner kick for the Dawson Blues against the Champlain Cavaliers. DiPier Antonio into the traffic. Loose ball up in the air. Still going. And right to Stabil's hand as she will extinguish that hope for the Dawson Blues. And Grandin all by herself, 1v1. And tried to turn Murphy around, and Murphy won that battle, but it goes out to the far side, and with it is Dupont as she's gliding her way through. Dupont looking, and this will not make its way through here. Another throw in here for the Cavaliers. And up in the air it comes. The Cavs trying to win that ball back, and they do momentarily. Into the area it comes. Grandin. And that's given away once more. And back out it comes, and over it comes to Scarfo. Scarfo trying to work their way through. Scarfo cannot get that through cleanly, and walked by Derwich. Through ball and tried to get that over to Cellini, and just missing her by a mere nudge. And now Dawson back with it, Scarfo with it. Derwich. She's been the central point of this attacking intent on her left, and that was wide left. As we're seeing Carly-Ann Derwich really pick up the pace here in this second half, showing some illustrious movements from her feet and oozing with intent at times, but unfortunately this cannot get by Stabil or any more quality chances. Another through ball, Stabil right there. And Dawson, this is coming up empty in the cards. Rainville. Another launch. Afu with it at the center circle. Grandin, Afu looking for the possession pass. She finds it. Afu again, and this will go out of play. And once more, it will be a throw in here for the Champlain Cavaliers. As we approach half an hour left in this second half, Merlin. Graciette delivering the ball. Afu's header, and unfortunately the edge of her head could not get the right influence on that ball on net, and it is Dawson back on the run. And this will go to play for another throw-in coming up for the Champlain Cavaliers. Play forward. Here is Roy. Afu, Roy again. Roy finding Graciette, finding Sobzak, blocked by the Blues, and coming in is Savaria, Savaria again. And with it, and it goes right back out into the open space and over to Pascal. Graciette now working her way up ahead. Faniafu with open space, pockets of space to work with for Sabzak, for Dupont that is. Delivering the ball into the 6. And Grandin on the edge of the 18, trying to go around. On her left, into the 6. Open space for goal number 3, and that was fired over the net. Merlin had the target, and the trajectory was there, but the dip was not. And this will be a goal kick instead for Dawson as it remains 2-0. Another launch forward, and up in the air it comes. One back by Merlin. Merlin again. Graciette. Rainville. And that's looped forward, and that's pushed forward once more by Francois. And coming up ahead is the Blues. Derwich all by herself wins a 50-50. Derwich tried to feed one through, couldn't get that up cleanly, and now it is Champlain on the 3 versus 3. Coming down on the bike is Dupont, and a 1v1 on the right side. Going to her left, Dupont, and that is well marshaled by the Blues. And pinching forward is Graciette, and now it is another chance for them to move forward. It is Pascal, I beg your pardon. Pascal with a toe poke. And a goal kick coming up for the Dawson Blues. As we are half an hour left in this game. And Dawson about to make another sub on the next dead ball. One back over. Merlin. Rainville. Sabzak. Pascal. Sabzak again. Rainville. Up ahead is Roy. Another through ball in. Dupont, and this will go out of play for a goal kick coming up, or now corner kick, I beg your pardon. Last touch by the Dawson defender in Murphy, and this will come up from the far side. Dupont, and about to come into the party now is Camila Elizabeth Garcia Quevedo from St. Constant. So Garcia Quevedo will come in for the first time today. As going off and probably running her race for the afternoon is Malika Francois. And with half an hour to go, you would have to imagine her race is now complete. And now a corner kick coming up for the Cavaliers, looking for goal number 3 to put this game over the hills and heading home for the victory. Low outswinger. And the Blues are back on the front foot, and here they come going the other way. Trying to cut up ahead. And a nice footwork right there. The Blues have a 3 versus 3 to work with. And a give and go. Could this be goal number 1? And a save by Stabile coming off the line. She read it well, and she prevented the clean sheet being broken by Dawson. And she's hurt slow to get up. In the 63rd minute of play, and this could be a concern for the Cavaliers. With Stabile down, and she's definitely the queen of the Guardians when it comes to her ability to defend from post to post. And perhaps she was winded. And it appears we'll be okay moving forward, which is good news for the Cavaliers. With a month left before the Final Four, Champlain will love to get themselves a golden ticket for the top 2, which would afford them a bye into the semifinals here at Seaway. And right now they are looking like they're about to get win at number 5, which would put them at 15 points for the season. And back over Scarfo. Derwich again. Derwich going to the width. Drop pass, and that is wide left. And the substitution, it appears, coming in for Champlain as they will make a change in their formation. About to come back in the game will be Senesek for the Cavaliers, and about to go off. And we'll see who that will be. Or, I beg your pardon, it is going to be Ariane Michaud coming in, number 16. So Michaud come in for Grandin. So Grandin running her race, the goal scorer, putting it at 2-0. Or now, I beg your pardon, she's going to the right back position. So right now it appears to be, from our viewpoint, is Lisa Roy going off. So Roy going off, and here's Grandin on the left side. Lurking, coming in, and a save. Affo can't get to it. Goal is blocked, still on and now working its way through. Grandin in the chaos it is, and Dupont tripped up. No foul call, still going and now cleared away. And the utter chaos that ensued, Dawson keeps it at 2-0, and it is Felicia Roy who went off with an injury, it appears, and now it is Michaud in the game moving forward. And Michaud cannot get that ball. And this will be a goal kick coming up for the Dawson Blues. Another long ball up ahead. Played back out to the near side. And given away. Michaud with her first touch. Michaud now going up ahead. And tried to get one to Afu, that is. But this will be pushed back over. Savaria on the run. And that touch was too heavy for her. Won back by Dawson. And pushed over and nearly taken away by Rainville. And this will go back over once again to the Dawson Blues. Afu can't get that, and this will go out of play again for the Cavaliers on another throw and coming up on the far side. Champlain in complete control of this game in this matchup from start to present. They've led from tape to tape. Dawson did have a couple of moments in this early part of the second half, but that's about it. And kick and a free kick coming up here as Dupont was knocked in the midsection, and the yellow card will be given as a high boot. And this will be a free kick from a very centralized position for the Cavaliers on this situation coming up here. It will be Sobzak who will have a chance to maybe make it 3. Dupont a little bit unhappy about that, as she will veer to the left of the formation. It'll be a 3-way congregation here who will have a chance to take this free kick from about 22 yards out. And it looks like, from our view, it is Rainville who will have a chance here. Everyone be on the ball for the Blues. No one up forward for Dawson. Could they defend this set piece here for the Cavaliers? A chance to go up 3. Blocked by the wall. Second chance. Blocked again. Takes a pinball reaction. Grandin's shot, and just going far right. So Camila Elizabeth Garcia Cavedo will call for the yellow. And a 3-0 lead is prevented from Dawson on that free kick coming out. That came from the home side. 69th minute of play from Seaway. Graciette. Rainville. Graciette playing the lower pocket. Affo right over to Dupont. Grandin, far post, and right there to erase that is the keeper for Dawson, as Michaud was hanging in that postal area, looking to poach a goal. Up ahead. And up forward to Okoli. Back over it comes to Scarfo. Scarfo still with it. Stolen by the Blues, and a whistle and a foul, and Scarfo. Bit of frustration on her face, but again, creating a free kick for the Blues inside the Champlain territory. And this will be Murphy who will take it for the Blues. Chloe Murphy. 71st minute of play coming up. 19 here left. Could the Blues pull off the ultimate great escape and steal a point from the Cavaliers? This would help if they can connect. Murphy's header into the gluttony of bodies. Still with it, and right there on the toe poke, Stabile taking that ball away as she was positioned for that. Not much on the strength of kick coming in from Dawson on that play. Back out to the near side it goes. Push forward, Merlin. Rainville over the formation of the Dawson Blues. Dupont, lovely cheeky move, and tried to get that over to Granville in the feed, but couldn't get that through Okoli. Now Okoli on her run, and that will go back over to Rainville. Dummy pass up to Grandin, and now being closed down by Scarfo. Grandin on the run against Murphy. And Grandin pushed off. A corner kick coming up for the Cavaliers. Dawson opening up a little bit more and giving the free rein to the Cavaliers on running down the pitch. And a corner kick now on the near side. Champlain's got 3 in the 6. Dawson's got about 5 guarding the 6. In swinger. Headed away by the Blues. Scarfo on the run. Scarfo now has it. Scarfo now will have a chance here. The Blues cover 3 versus 3. Scarfo, if she looks up, she has 2 options to her left. Finds the option of Derwich, but had that too much on that play. And back over to Okoli. Garcia Quevedo will lose that ball back. And that's intercepted by Michaud, who will now play over right to Garcia Quevedo, and over it comes to Bourgeois. No goals yet from either side in the second half. Game still in the balance, even though Champlain is controlling the scoreboard of goals for compared to against. One more would be easing the minds of the Cavaliers in the second half. Played up ahead, and now space for the Blues to work with. Rainville's pass. Finds its way to Michaud. Michaud trying to win that over, and back out to the near side it comes. Here's Rainville and Scarfo. Garcia Quevedo. Stolen by Dupont. Sobzak. Sobzak again. Gassiet. Afo is not going to know if that was going to be offside or not. It looked like she was very close to being onside, but we'll never know. Rainville's pass. Scarfo intercepts that over to Garcia Quevedo. Scarfo again. Taken away by the Cavaliers. Graciette's pass. Finding its way through. Switch of play, and over it comes to Rainville. And right now, all it is for the Cavaliers to play keep away and really squeeze the life of the clock left in this matchup. Stolen, now trying to win that back over is Okoli. And that's a missed kick by Murphy. It goes out of bounds for a throw-in for the Champlain Cavaliers. Sobzak. Graciette. Grandin switching place. Here is Pascal. Marauding her way through. Pascal trying to use the ingenuity, finds a chance here. Into the box it goes. Michaud, 3-0. First touch, first goal, and Michaud makes it a 3-0 game, and that will put this game done and dusted for the Cavaliers, and they'll get win number 5 as Michaud had a elementary finish on that play. And you can just see now the wear and tear starting to really show its effects on Dawson as the Cavaliers were able to toy on that play and come up with a much-needed third goal as the insurance policy now to victory with a quarter of an hour left in this second half. And Dawson will have their wounds to lick as 3 more games to catch up to Montmorency with back-to-back games against Momo starting next weekend, and that will be their playoffs. The 2-gamer against the Nomads and Montmorency. If they can win those 2, it creates hope and a chance for them to get themselves back into the playoff picture in their maiden season back in Division 1. But for tonight, the Queen of the Hill will be Champlain on this Friday evening. And coming in for the Cavaliers will be number 19 and Erica Gagnon. As you can see now for Orsita, emptying out the bench options to give everyone valuable playing time at this juncture of the season as we're approaching the Thanksgiving weekend coming up. Durich again on the one touch, on the second touch, third touch failed her. Dubon. And she'll just clear that into the open space. Stay tuned for the men's game coming up just after 8 p.m. It will be John Abbott against Champlain. Almost similar scenario between Champlain and John Abbott, where John Abbott trying to keep themselves in the playoff picture, Champlain trying to reaffirm its status as the number 2 team, if not get into the first spot, which would mean they would have one less game to worry about at the provincials at Champlain. But right now the focus for the men's side is to win today against John Abbott to strengthen their court case of being a number 1, if not number 2 seed. And Offo trying to strengthen this chance here, going down the right side. Delivery in. Here's a one touch for Dupont. Sobzak, dummy play. Michaud. Grandin. Dupont. And right into the palms of the keeper. And now the Cavaliers are about to make another substitution coming up. And about to come in for the first time today is Victoria Perron. As Orsita now given the chance of the backups to get some run here in this matchup against Dawson. First touch for Gagnon. Michaud scored on her first touch. Inside the box. Back to Gagnon. Playing in the corridor of the formation. Finds Michaud. They open it up once more. And is Merlin with it. Merlin now coming down to the inside. Going out to the outside. Around her heel. Crossing. Looking. Juking. Driving out of play. And this will be a goal kick for the Dawson Blues. And all that hard work come up empty. So in the game, it will be Perron. And leaving the game, it appears, as Grandin, who's now on the other side of the pitch. A long ball up ahead, and Scarfo can get to it. It goes out of play for another throw-in coming up here for the Cavaliers. And coming in, back in is Jana Ahmed, once more, the Brassard native. Will come in for Okoli. Another Brassard player, Okoli, and she has run her race for the evening. Michaud. Stolen by the Blues. Recovered by the Cavs. Back out to Michaud. Affo. Michaud. Ahmed knocked over. Graciette. Going to her left. Affo. 1-2. Michaud over her head. Is she offside? Onside. Flag is down. Delivering the ball to the far post. Here's a chance for the Cavaliers. The header is lacking the finish. And that will end that play for the Cavs as there's 10 left in this second half. Dawson did show some spark, but the Blues will continue on for them in their pursuit of regaining the status as an elite program in the program moving forward. Ahmed. Played forward to Cellini. Here's Cellini. And that is taken away by Merlin. Affo with it, and here she goes the other way. Affo, all by herself. Support coming through from Dupont, and back over to Michaud. Switch of play, and well read by the back line of Dawson. Here is Pascal. On the crossover, Sobzak. On the left, Sobzak to Pascal, and that was a miss hit by her. And next to take some carom off the miscue. Funny bounce, Michaud, and right into the hands it goes. As Dawson will bring in Mila Diorio coming up. Number 2 shirt by way of CS St-Laurent. Savaria. And Champlain will make a double sub of themselves. So in the 82nd minute of play in this window of subs, Champlain will really go to its depth that they'll have. And coming into the game will be Jade Aucoin along with number 26 for the Cavaliers. And Doa Ashuba. So Cavaliers now making their subs and on their way to victory. And for the Dawson Blues, loss number 6 is in their cards. And with it in the cards is Dupont. And just weaving and bobbing their way through. The era of resignation has been admitted by Dawson as they just want to keep the damage limitations on the forefront and nothing more. And here's Michaud with it. Going down the left side, Ahmed will push her out, and this will be a goal kick for the Blues. Affo. Ahmed. And that's pushed forward once again. Another long pass through. Affo was the intended target. That's pushed back out to the width. Graciette. Awful lovely move with Dupont. Affo coming in. Could she finish it off? Gives it off over, and that was too strong for Perron as Affo tried to be the facilitator and Perron the finisher. But neither objective worked out well. 84th minute of play, 6 to go before the 90. You would imagine a couple more minutes would be added to the injury time here from Seaway. Scarfo. Scarfo again, and she will push off Aucoin. And the referee just telling everyone to ease up here. And Dupont trying to work the referee on that. And that is not going to be a foul. Play on, referee says. Here's Scarfo with it. Scarfo trying to work their way around it. And back over comes to Savaria. Savaria closed down by Michaud. Scarfo. Here's Garcia Quevedo. Switch of play to the left side of the formation. Back it comes into the plus territory for the Blues. That pass is too strong for Derwich. One back by Scarfo, who's more cutting in than before. And now it is Dawson with it, launching one up ahead. And Stabile is off her line, and she will let that play back into her feet. '85th minute of play in this second half. Champlain will get ready for a trip to St. Laurent and play the Vanny Cheetahs next Friday night. Michaud. Ahmed. Stabile. Stabile now with that pass. That one right over. And it races on with Perron and the Dawson player. That goes out of play for a throw-in coming up for the visitors from Westmount. Stolen by the Cavaliers. Here they go the other way. Sobzak. Gassiet. Okwe. Michaud. Repelled by Ahmed. And now it is coming forward once more as Fidi. And now the Blues are on the run, and they couldn't get that through the last line of defense. Sobzak loses it back over to Murphy. Given away back over Sobzak. And that's pushed back forward once again. Gassiet knocked over. Derwich. And a whistle and a free kick coming up for the Blues. Could the Blues get one more kick of the can here? One last roll of the dice for them. And could he get the geometry right on this free kick? Dead center from about 30 yards out, 32 yards to be exact. This could be a shot on net. Low fizzer. Stabile was right there. The idea was there, the execution was there, but the goal wasn't for Dawson. Stabile now will just slow the pace down with 3 to go in this second half. Up forward for the Cavaliers. Offo. Turning to the right. And one back by the Cavaliers by Perron. Offo, Perron. On the final third she goes, delivering the ball into the box. Header. Oh, and just missing the touch from Michaud. She was there. That was a great ball coming in, and all it required was a forensic touch, and that would have been goal number 4 and goal number 2 for Michaud. Up forward once again. The Blues back on the run. The Cavaliers hunting for goals. Ahmed, John Ahmed now coming through. Now she's making her way up the voyage, and now we'll defer that ball over to Fidi. Ahmed again. To the circle it goes. Bourgeois. Ahmed. Gassiet back over to Stabile, and Cavaliers just trying to milk out this clock and put this game away. And Michaud could do that right now with a potential scenario, and that ball is vanquished right into the feet of Dupont. Dupont's circling around, trying to figure out what the options are. Finds the near side option to Michaud. Try to find Offo, but instead sees a sea of black. Back out to the width it comes. Dawson now on their heels slightly. And that ball coming from Savaria and right to the hands of the keeper it goes. And with a minute left before the 90. The main focus now for the Cavaliers is to preserve the clean sheet. And that will be the second clean sheet of the season. In successive games on top of that, as they pulled off a 3-0 win over Hunsick on Tuesday. And they don't look any tired at all on this short turnaround. And it is led by Sobzak as she's gliding her way into the 18. And a good slide tackle prevention coming from Garcia Quevedo. A chance here for Dupont, goal number 4. Simply clinical, simply ruthless from an excellent player. And she might have suffered a cramp on that ending. But goal number 4 puts a nice spice to the and for the Cavaliers, for Dupont, this will be a real annoying cramp for her in the final stages of the game. Unfortunately for her, she's going to have to limp back here. And we're into added time, and you would imagine just a couple more minutes left before they wrap it up here. So 4-0 game. Cavaliers were convincing the first half, a little bit of twitchy in the second half, and then they were able to finish it off with Michaud in the goal scorer here, Dupont. And they're hunting for more goals. Could goal number 5 be in the cards? Going for glory, and a save right there off the foot from Perron. So Dupont scoring her 4th of the season. And the Cavaliers will have a 4-goal win over the Dawson Blues. And maybe it could be 5 goals. Here they come. And marauding in, and that will be glitched up by the Dawson defending. Michaud. Stolen by Quevedo. And this will be back over to the Blues, stolen by Derwich. And right over to Bourgeois. Awful back in defense. As now it's a requirement of running out the clock here for the Cavaliers in the final stages of this ball game. Back over it comes. Dowich, one last action from her, and that won't be the case. Bourgeois. Taken away off the face, unfortunately, and this will end the game here. The Queens of the Matter on this night is Champlain. They win 4-0 over Dawson. A rather convincing win. Win number 5 for the Cavaliers as they get ready for Vanier. And now for the Dawson Blues, it comes down to a 2-game set with Montmorency next weekend and the weekend after. And we'll know if their playoff fate will still be intact. Stay tuned for the men's game that will come on in 10 minutes from now. Champlain 4, Dawson 0 from Seaway 3. Stay tuned here on Cavaliers TV.